Now, this is going to be a lot more interesting than you guys are aware of right now. And it really is going to show you something that it's really just so hard to describe in a simple phrase. You're going to have to experience this. You're going to have to experience it. And it's all going to come down with this understanding of this verse right here. And really, truly, how incredible it is that this "thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself" fulfills the full understanding of the law. It's absolutely incredible. Now, you have to keep in mind that we're talking about the neighbor from yesterday, the neighbor today, and the neighbor tomorrow. That's the key. So many people are thinking in such a limited aspect. They're thinking only about themselves, or they're thinking only about the people of then, or they're not even thinking about the people to come. Because is not Jesus Christ's word timeless? And it is. Is not his truth timeless? And did he not teach in parables, which would be applicable to anybody's understanding, not only of the crowd based upon their intellectual capacity to receive, but anybody's understanding of any age from which they came, any age which they lived, that were fortunate enough to hear these words of Jesus Christ that were timeless. So we will find in another place in the Bible where it's actually the red letter word of Jesus Christ, where he's saying the same thing, but he adds another deeper understanding. He says, first, that two great commandments are this: love the Father with all your might. And then he says, love your neighbor as yourself. Well, we're going to find out that, as I said, that the fullness of this understanding is keeping on track with the people's perspective of any age. And this has to be relevant to those people of the future too as they read it, and it will have to be relevant to the neighbors that they have. You have no understanding the depth of this. When you go from the micro, material, limited, superficial view, and you go to the macro, spirit view, where you see all things at once, and you include everyone, not just yourself, not just their viewpoint, everyone's viewpoint, not just from today, not just from the past, but for the futures to come. You think Jesus Christ isn't frozen in the future? Wrong. Is Christ not timeless? Is his presence not already in the future? And it's just not our perception that can see it yet. I think many of you have things to think about of greater depth of understanding than just people's limited viewpoints and perceptions that are not open to the expanse of truth based upon the progress of truth as it's discerned by the Spirit of truth given to all flesh by Jesus Christ. So think about this. That's the key, and we're going to explain why that's the key as we move through this process, this understanding. This understanding, guys, is incredible. So what I'm going to do for you here is I'm going to explain why the two systems of law and grace cannot coexist, as I said. And we're going to start here by looking at this understanding here in Matthew. And we're going to be looking at Matthew chapter 13, verse 34 through 35. Listen very closely. All these things spake Jesus unto multitude in parables, and without a parable spake he not unto them, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by the prophet, saying, I will open my mouth in parables. I will utter things which have been kept secret from the foundation of the world. Incredible.